welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Business Miracles 12 Days of Prosperity series. 12 topics, 12 dates, 12 minutes designed to support HSPs in business and leadership to prosper through one of the most challenging times of year, end of year into new year. These are our last two sessions this week. I am Heather Dominick, founder of businessmiracles.com and creator of the Highly Sensitive Leadership Training Program. As an HSP, I've been self-employed since 2003 and mentoring HSPs since 2010. Last session's topic was core practice. 3 elements of an empowering HSP core practice versus a ritual, habit, or routine. Element number 1, a core practice directly addresses shifting from HSP shadow tendencies into HSP strength traits. Number 2, it is kinesthetic and trackable. Number 3, it is done consistently with proactive conscious intent versus soothing or only when in crisis. Take a breath in and let it out. Today's topic is consistency. This is the 3rd pillar of success to the Highly Sensitive Leadership Training Program. Just a reminder, pillar number 1, community. Pillar number 2, core practice. And here we are, pillar number 3, consistency. If you're a visual learner, you will see notes in the chat for you. And if this overwhelms you, then just ignore it. And as a fellow HSP, I thank you kindly for being on video. Being able to see who I'm teaching helps reduce my own HSP coping tendency of pushing. To start this session, I am going to bring us back to this series' day 6 session, time harmony. Creating time harmony isn't really about time at all. It's about safety. My years of practicum research have shown me that for most HSPs, the tendency to resist and rebel against systems and structure stems back to years of being forced to operate against their HSP nature in an attempt to fit in. Systems such as school systems and ways of learning that are not designed for us as HSPs. Work environment structures with no time to rest or recoup from social overstimulation. Also, family dynamics that had us unwittingly cast as the holder of the family's feelings. Let's take a breath in and let it out. All which impacts our ability to be consistent and to follow through. So let's take a moment to write that down. My connection or resistance or rebelliousness against system structures impacts my ability to be consistent and follow through. So, good news. There is nothing wrong with you. It's not that you can't work within system structures. It's not that you can't be consistent. It's not that you can't follow through without going into pushing, hiding, or combo plattering. All of that is teachable and trainable. Now, I hear from HSPs a lot, I don't want to do that. It's not aligned for me, whatever the it is. And years of my own HSP leadership training have fine-tuned my own HSP strength of deep listening. Deep listening to be able to discern if the HSP is either A, resisting out of fear of overwhelm or unknown expectations of what the change will require, or B, if the HSP is speaking from an informed place, post self-assessment, an informed place, willingness to do things differently, and an informed place of now just needing support with fine-tuned clarity and execution. I don't want to do that. It's not aligned for me. Is it A, resisting out of fear of overwhelm, or B, speaking from an informed place of self-assessment? More often than not, it's the first one, which leads to lack of consistent action and follow through, repetition of lifelong patterns, feeling disappointed in yourself, feeling frustrated with results, and then the big one, impatiently stopping before there is even enough data to actually assess and inform a do differently choice, which then the HSP uses to say, see, I told you this won't work for me. And then there's no heart-led risk. There's no chance for change. And around the HSP coping cycle we go. Let's take a breath in and let it out. So what's really going on here? First, we're taught socially that discipline, because that's what consistency requires, we're taught that discipline is a moral issue. If you can't focus, you're lazy. If you can't follow through, you lack willpower. If you can't stay consistent, you just don't want it badly enough. But that story collapses the moment you understand how the nervous system works. Let's breathe in and let it out. Because here's what I really have for you today, my darlings, my sweethearts, my dear ones. Discipline problems aren't about motivation at all. Write that down. Again, it's a call for safety. Here are 3 common HSP consistency calls for safety. HSP consistency calls for safety. Number 1, procrastination, direct connection to fear of overwhelm. Procrastination isn't avoidance of the task. It's avoidance of the emotional state the task triggers. When starting something feels like opening the door to HSP shadow states such as pressure, self-judgment, or nervous system flooding, your system hits the brakes. Not because you're irresponsible, but because overwhelm once meant collapse. Your body is asking, can we do this without flooding and drowning? Forcing productivity is not the solution. And if you tend towards the pushing coping mechanism, please write that down. Forcing productivity is not the solution. It's being coached and mentored through the task to find safety each step of the way, resulting in your nervous system building the muscle of knowing it can and will survive the process. Again, totally teachable, totally trainable. Number 2, perfectionism, direct connection to safety through performance. Perfectionism looks like discipline, but underneath it's fear wearing a productivity costume. If love, approval, or safety once depended on you doing things right, your system learned that mistakes are dangerous. So you overwork, you over-edit, you over-delay. Your nervous system is asking, can I still belong if I'm imperfect? HSP consistency isn't punishing yourself into excellence. It's learning that effort doesn't have to hurt, and that more hurt in the form of exhaustion does not equal more worth. 3, burnout, direct connection to prolonged self-abandonment. Burnout is often labeled a failure of stamina, but it's actually the result of ignoring your body's limits for too long. You override hunger, hydration, rest, emotion, signal after signal, until your system shuts down out of self-protection. Your body is asking, Will you listen before I have to scream? Burnout isn't cured by better time management. It's healed by rebuilding trust with yourself. The shift in perception, the miracle, it is the shift in perception that changes everything. You don't need more discipline. You need felt and known safety. Because when your nervous system feels safe, focus comes online, consistency stabilizes, motivation returns, and the big one, effort stops feeling like self betrayal. That's how, as HSPs in business and leadership, we experience less effort with more impact and more income. That's prosperity. Now, here's the jiggy. You do need to do the real work. A shift in consistency safety doesn't happen overnight. It's a built process. And it's a process that is not meant to be done alone. Next step actions to be done before our next session. Day 11, action step 1. Submit your clarity call scheduling questionnaire by end of day this Friday to receive a $500 tuition discount should you choose to enroll in the highly sensitive leadership training program. The team has put that link in the chat for you, www.claritycall.com. No obligation to enroll. The process is extremely supportive. I connected with a budding HSP leader from this series last week, and we ended our call with her expressing profuse gratitude for being seen, deeply heard, and receiving insights that she had never fully formulated before. Everything is prosperously about to change for her. It's very exciting. So if you know you are determined to excel as an HSP in business and leadership through 2026, in spite of or because of the world chaos we are all living through, then again, submit your scheduling preference, claritycall.com, by this Friday to receive $500 tuition discount should you choose to enroll in the leadership training program. Step 2, for those already in the Business Miracles community, be sure to attend this week's training roundtable to begin to prepare for our upcoming Intuitive Planning Day happening in just a few weeks. Intuitive Planning Day, February 2026. If you can't be on the weekly training live this week, then plan B for the recording, because this Intuitive Planning Day is going to be what we all need for more balanced ease in all parts of our business, leadership, life for the next 4 months and more. Final step for all, attend our last 12-minute series session. It's going to be very, very special, happening Wednesday, January 28th at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Our topic, Hope Revisited. Again, it will be powerful. Until then, many blessings and many, many business miracles.